Are you concerned about falling? In the next year, 1 in 4 seniors will experience a fall. Do not allow yourself to become a statistic. Tai Chi is proven to reduce your fall risk by 58%. Tai Chi, exercise for life, exercise for you.
And tap below your collarbone. It is a little bit chilly to be outside today.
Yeah, just a bit.
I suppose I could have racked up a bit, but
Inside works.
yeah.
The snow's melting.
Keeps down.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Hola, ¿cómo está? I'm good.
Qué bueno.
A little chilly, but there we go. Side of your ribs. I did actually check on what it would take to drive to Costa Rica. And it's like 5 days of driving. So that's doable.
But that must be from your house in Arizona.
Yes.
Sounds interesting. We had Luis Ferreira from Argentina. I don't know if you saw that. He came on a bicycle from Argentina all the way to the US.
I know. That was pretty amazing.
Yep, he stayed in my house.
That's a long cycle ride.
Yep.
All right. Take your head to one shoulder, roll it down around your other shoulder. Without tilting it back, bring it across the top. Exhale around. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Change direction. One more. Place your palms together. Bring your hands up, open like a book. Bring the backs of your hands together and down. Bring your palms to touch. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Change direction, open to your center. One more. Grab your palms. Hands on the slowly back, keep your head so your head upright, circle your. One more. Change direction. One. And if you choose, you can bring your feet close together, circle your tailbone. One more. Change direction. One more. And then tap the ball one foot on the floor. Tap the ball of your other foot. And bring yourself to the natural stance. And using whatever method you choose, loose and relax. Swing your So there is no class tomorrow, December 25th. Then Thursday, December 26th, we have class at 11 a.m. Central. And then that is our last class for the year. And our new session of classes starts January 6th. Monday, Wednesday will be at 11 a.m. Tuesday, Thursday will be at 9 a.m. And Fridays, to confuse everybody, but as I've had a special request for a class at noon, Fridays will be at noon. Fridays will be intermittent because of events and traveling, things like that. There will also be a class on the 24th form, Mondays and Wednesdays at noon. So Mondays and Wednesdays will be an hour and a half. And of course, Mindful Mondays will continue 7:30 every Monday evening, or 4 Mondays. So classes will usually start the first Monday of every month and run for 4 weeks.
Okay.
And then if there's a 5th Monday in the month, there'll be a week break. So that's where the schedule is going for the next year, hopefully. So make sure you keep an eye out for my newsletter, typically first, third, and if there is a 5th Sunday each month. Other than that, I'd like to wish everybody a very happy holidays. Whatever it is that you celebrate, celebrate well, celebrate safely, and extend love, compassion, kindness to everybody out there. Absolutely everybody. We are all the same. No matter what color we are, no matter what race we are, no matter the human creations of countries, continents, religions, all of those things are a human construct. We should all come together as one for the good of all. We need to let go prejudices, all of these false creations. Oh my God, I'm getting profound again. And the other thing, since we are getting close to the very end of the year, I would like to say a big thanks to everybody that participates in these classes, that helps support my efforts. I really appreciate all of you. Every single one of you. And if you do want to do classes on the days off, because I'm off doing live classes, there will be a YouTube class posted every day. So you can do a YouTube class with me. And there'll be classes from the archive updated. And they'll be released on YouTube somewhere around noon, 1 o'clock, something like that. And what else I have to tell you today? Our farewell lunch on Friday was amazing. I was so humbled by the amount of people that came out. Yes, it was
a good time.
It was. Yes. Yes, this past week has been quite emotional.
I bet.
Not that I share my emotions. Tough karate guy. And so Thursday is my last day. It's like, wow.
End of an era.
The end of an era, yes. Yeah, Courts Plus, I never planned it this way, and I've actually just realized it. My last class teaching in the area will be at Courts Plus, which is where I took my very first class nearly 25 years ago. Huh.
What made you decide to take that first class?
Stress. So I'd seen Tai Chi in the late 80s, staying at a friend of mine's. His neighbor was out doing it on the lawn in front of the house on the Sunday morning. And I went out, I watched what she was doing, and I thought it was fascinating. And I went out to talk to her and find out more about it. And she was doing Tai Chi, and I'm like, that looks interesting. And with work and where I was living, I never had the opportunity to try it, but it was always there in the back of my mind. And then when I came to the US and I had the time to do it, the very first thing I did was look for classes. And we were living in Elmhurst, and Elmhurst Park District had a class. So I signed up with the intention of doing it for a year, because we were only supposed to be here for a year. And the rest is history. You know, you just, this is the thing, it's like you just never know where life is going to take you.
True.
You know, I never intended to be a job, career, wherever you want to call it, living existence. It just happened, and I'm so glad that it did.
Yeah.
It's been a long, hard struggle, but the things I've learned, the people that I've met, met so many wonderful people, and so many people I'm going to miss.
And how did you end up finding a house in Arizona?
And how did I end up finding a house in Arizona? I went to a Tai Chi and a Qigong clinic in Arizona, and I decided to make a vacation of it, having only ever driven through Arizona. So I went out a week early, spent the week before driving around northern Arizona, visiting spots. Went and stood on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. Meteor crater, you know, did Sedona, you know, did all of the sites, Jerome, oh my God. And then the weekend clinic, and then the week afterwards, I spent driving around southern Arizona. And there was one area that just really called to me. And when I got home, I thought, you know what? Let's see what property is available there. And so I started looking online. I found an empty lot that interested me. Contacted the realtor about that, and then started working with her, and then the one I have showed up, and I'm like, that's it. That's the one I want. So I called the realtor I was working with and said, I want to buy this place. And she said, don't you want to come and look at it? And I'm like, nope, don't need to. Don't need to. I know that's the one. But she talked me into it. So I flew down for a weekend and we spent the day driving around. She found like 5 or 6 other properties that were of a similar nature. And we drove around all of those. And the one I was interested in, she left till last. And then we got there, and the first thing I said is, Polly, I have to apologize to you. We have spent the day driving around things for no reason, because I was right. This is it. Let's go back to your office and put an offer in. Which we did. Which they declined.
Oh, you lowball them.
Oh yes, I totally lowballed them. I went in at 2/3 of the asking price. Because that was about as much as I had. And yeah, they said no. I increased it to as much as I had. I added another 5,000 to it, and that was as much as I could go. And then they said no. And then, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 months later, I got a text from Polly, and it said, be careful what you wish for. Do you still want to buy it? And I said, absolutely. And she said, they have agreed to take your offer.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how much land is with it?
40 acres.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I like in Arizona, that's pretty much the standard size lot. Yeah.
So you really could have a campground.
Oh yeah, that's why I say it's like, hey, you know, you can come down and you can stay, and like I can put you somewhere, and I may never see you for a month.
Yeah.
You know, if you just wanted to come down and get away from the winter and hang out for a while and just get some peace and quiet, you can do that. But then 2 years later, I get a call from Polly again, and she says, do you want to buy the lot next to you? The owner had passed away, and it was in a trust, and the family had just wanted to sell it. And of all the realtors in all the world, they had to walk in, well, they had to phone her office. And she looked at it and she said, I may well have somebody that wants to buy that. And so she contacted me and she said, how much do you want to pay for the lot next to you? And I looked to see how much money I had, and I said, this much. And they haggled me up a little bit, but not much. And so I got the 40-acre lot next to me.
Wow.
But the thing is, I mean, I say I've got 80 acres of land, but it's, the question is, how usable is the land? And like, there is nowhere flat, like nowhere. And so the only real use for it is grazing. You can't plant crops or anything like that on it. So you know, how much value does it really have? Not a lot.
Mhm.
If it was like the valley below me, again, they're all 40-acre lots, but the land is flat. So the difference in the value between a plot down there and where I am is huge. You know, so like all those, so many of those plots in the valley are being bought up by big business
Mm.
because all you need to do is just go in and clear the brush off it, and it's flat. You know, so they plant orchards, alfalfa crops, cotton. Uh, there's all sorts of stuff that they grow down in the valley because it's nice, flat, fertile land. But up in the mountains where I am, you can graze cattle on it, and that's about it.
So do
So,
you rent then to people with cattle? Or do you have some of your own?
so the basic law in Arizona is that land is open range. So unless you fence your land, it's open.
Uh,
So, you know, there's the local ranch, he has like 400 to 500 cattle, and like they just wander around. Now the state land to the west of me, they just wander out there. Yeah, they just wander wherever is not fenced. I was talking to him one day, like 2 years ago, and somebody new had moved into the area, and they'd come down and complain to him. They were like, yeah, I don't like your cattle on my land. You know, you want to keep them off? And he's just like, fence it. You don't like it? You don't like my cattle on your land? Fence it. How
but
to
the,
make yourself unpopular.
yeah, but the property down below is still just crops, then it's not commercial development.
Yeah, there's no commercial development.
That's
Oh
good.
God, that would be awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there has been so much development since I bought there. It's like so much of the land is being turned over to crops. It's yeah, and so many more lights appearing on the horizon at night.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Fortunately, none of it is close enough to spoil my dark skies,
That's good.
which is good.
Stars.
Because I just love sitting out and looking at the sky at night. It can be pretty amazing to realize how truly small and insignificant we really are.
Yeah.
I mean, we are just one little lump of cells on this tiny little rock, floating around a tiny little star in one of trillions of galaxies out there. Yeah.
Amazing.
And yet, to us and to the family and friends that we have, We can be very important. Oh my God, I'm going to get profound again. But we don't want to overgauge our importance in the world.
Or undergauge our importance to some other people.
Or undergauge our importance to some other people. Yes, that's very true. Yes. Yes. Funnily enough, we need to take that middle ground. We need to take that spot of balance where we value our importance, we value the importance of the people around us, but we do not overestimate our importance.
Yeah. Well, I hope that your trip goes well and that everything goes smoothly for the transition.
Oh, thank you. I do too. I've been very lucky. Every drive that I've had out there, I've never hit any bad weather. You know, I've had rain, but fortunately, nothing bad.
Good.
And you know, I have delayed my departure a couple of times as bad weather has gone through. I think it was 2 years ago. I was supposed to leave on Christmas Day, and I delayed it by 2 days because of the weather forecast. And especially Missouri. Missouri was like a battleground.
Mm.
There were so many trucks in the ditch. I've never seen anything like it. It's like I would say for probably a 50-mile stretch, there was at least one truck every half mile in the ditch.
Wow.
There were. Oh my God, it was horrendous. And I'm looking at some of the cabs that were like, yeah, there's nobody got out of that cab.
Mm.
I was very thankful that I did not have that sense of urgency and made a wise choice.
Yeah. Yeah, Missouri is beautiful, but some of those roads can be pretty windy
Oh,
and
yeah. You know, and if the weather does turn, then I just stop.
oh yeah.
You know, it's
I did like
if I get tired, you know, I just stop because I don't have. I mean, I have some sense of urgency to get to my destination, but not so much that it would cloud my judgment over making wise choices about safety. And so if it gets bad, I just stop.
yeah.
Mhm. And allow your arms to come to a rest. And turn your waist and allow your arms to swing nice and loose. And smooth back inside your shoulder. And take your arms out. And allow your waist to come to it. And hands and waist. Keep your head still, your head upright. Circle your. One. Change direction. One. And thank you so much for joining me this morning. I wish you a very safe and happy holidays for tomorrow. And I will be back on Thursday, 11 a.m. Central, for our last class of the year.